and the Rams, self-proclaimed America's fullback, but well known for his days hosting a show with me, which kind of really elevated his career to where it is today.
Absolutely.
And that, of course, is Ron Wolfley, who joins us now on Rockin' Manooch with Jimmy B. Hello, Wolf.
What's up, Wolf?
What's going on, boys? How we doing?
Doing good. You know, it just sucks because it's taken this long for you to come on a show of mine because you've been on a different station and a different group that owned us. So I am glad after, 20 years we can bring you on.
Well, Michael, listen, you used to pay me.
Yeah.
You used to pay me. It's not happening anymore.
Well done, Wolf. Well done.
That's good.
Cut right to the chase,
yes,
Wolf.
that is true. That is true. But you know, you're still not a big media guy, right, Wolf? You're no longer the Wolf guy. You're not.
No,
you're not
a
in media.
member. You know that. No, you know that. I'm not a member of the media.
No.
That's a mindset right there.
Okay.
I'm 62 years old. Savage, guys.
Yeah.
Savage. But 62 years old. And can I tell you right now, I still have a player's mentality. I do. And I think you guys know that I still have a player's mentality. I think like a player. I act like a player. I'm always going to. Yet at the same time, I can't do it anymore.
That's the irony of it all.
Well, yeah. I was trying to go back in time, and Google wasn't even around back then. But was it Garth, Jax, and Wolf? What was the name of that show you did? And then Kevin Ray and you had a show, right?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it, man. That was awesome. Yeah, it was. I did the show with Garth Jax. It was. I think the worst radio show in the history of mankind.
I know we listened to it, Gar. We listened to it.
But at the same time, boys, going to tell you right now, absolutely loved Garth Jax and loved working with him. It was fantastic. But when you don't have a driver, that is dangerous right there. And we did not have a driver because I wasn't driving.
So, Wolf, we think back of your draft day. You think of leading up to the draft and your draft day. Cinder, were you back in West Virginia? Were you at home in Orchard Park? Kind of recollect what happened and when you got the phone call.
Yeah, I know exactly what happened. It was I was in West Virginia University. I was actually packing up. I was packing up, getting ready to move all my stuff back.
Okay.
I knew I wasn't going to be a high round pick. I knew that. I thought maybe the fourth round, if memory serves, maybe the fourth round, the fifth round, and sixth round, I think was a lot more likely back then. But I was packing everything up, loading up the U-Haul. And I got a call, and I knew the draft was in the fourth round. It was in the fourth round. I wasn't watching it. It's not like back then they used to have all 12 rounds, or they didn't do it all 7 rounds now, of course, in today's NFL. And they go ahead and they televise all of it. It wasn't like that back then. About the third round, they would cut away in the middle of the third round. So I was packing up. The phone rang. I answered the phone, of course, and it was some gentleman who acted like he was Larry Wilson. He said it was Larry Wilson. I'm with the St. Louis Cardinals. We're getting ready to draft you here at 104 overall. And I said to him, "This is Larry Wilson. Knock it off." I literally did not believe. I did not believe that it was Larry Wilson on the phone. I thought it was one of my boys, one of my teammates, calling me up and just totally, ripping me. And it was embarrassing because for about a minute, I didn't believe him. And this guy was on the phone for a minute trying to convince me that they were getting ready to draft me. So it was kind of a weird situation, but that's my draft day memory.
Ron Wolfley joining us here on ESPN 620 as he's getting ready for the Cardinals roundtable that you'll be able to hear at 4 o'clock on 98.7, and then it'll shift at 6 o'clock here on ESPN 620. Wolf, how many interns do you have prepping for this roundtable for you?
You personally.
Yeah, I know you got a couple.
I do all my own work.
Oh, come on.
You know that. I do all my own stunts, Michael. You know that. There's no way in the world I'm going to have somebody else. Hey, go get me this, or go. Are you kidding me right now?
Hey, well,
that is never going to be me ever. I don't have. You're the guys that as interns, not me.
Do you remember? So Wolf and I did a Saturday show on ESPN 860. Okay. Rock and Wolf Game Day. And one day Wolf's like, I need somebody to get coffee for me. So all of a sudden we call out on the radio. We're looking for some interns, and one of them was a guy named Mike Gross.
Oh wow!
Who we know has been on the airwaves for a while. Yeah. And the other is a guy. And the other one is a guy named Rod Lakin, who's now the program director on -- 1 stations in Philadelphia and all over the country. And he started as an intern. Think about that, Ron. Where he is now at WIP in Philadelphia. He did a great job for you guys there at Arizona Sports, but he started as an intern for our little Saturday show.
That is absolutely stunning right there. And you know what else too, Rock? If you were a better salesman, we'd be national.
Give them hell. Give them hell.
Hey, by the way, hey, Wolf, and these guys won't matter, but I just got a brand new Roomba last week. Brand new one. That's an inside joke. But he knows exactly.
The poor little guy.
Jake. Yeah.
That little guy, Michael. That little Roomba, he's just working his butt off all day, man.
I'm crying over here. All right, so if we're putting you on the spot, what position would you say they are going to draft?
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what. Of course, if they stay at number 16 right now, the Arizona Cardinals, I would love for them to draft an offensive lineman. Okay. And in particular, I don't know if you guys know, but I'm in the danger zone in regard to Tyler Booker because I absolutely love Tyler Booker. I love how the kid plays. I love the fact that he loves football. Do you know how I know he loves football? I can watch his tape, and I can see him engage with the very essence of the game, which is to line up, put your mouth guard in, come off the ball with a dark heart and a painted face.
3 minutes.
Off the ball. This is what he does, whether it's a gap scheme or whether it's the zone scheme. Tyler Booker is a guy that can hold up. And not only that, too, this is a guy who's given up 1 sack in 3 years in the SEC. Mm-hmm. 1 sack in 3 years. Would you say the SEC has some pretty good players, in particular some pretty good defensive linemen? Yes, they do. And because of that, Tyler Booker's not going to be wowed. He's not going to be wide-eyed at any type of play in the NFL. He's had experience with it in the SEC. He's a furrowed brow, a guy that loves to come off the ball and remove people. He led the SEC this year, guys. 7.1 knockdown blocks. He had 92 knockdown blocks this season, 7.1 per game. And that's the reason why Tyler Booker, I'm going to take him.
2 minutes.
Needs a sound pocket in front of him. He needs those interior offensive linemen to be really, really good and stout and not give up ground. Tyler Booker goes a long, long way in doing that. And not only that, you got to be able to run the ball. Kyler Murray's got to be in a situation where he's in a balanced offense and you can run the ball. And you've got a James Conner by way of example. And, man, if you tell me they get Cam Skattebo, I'm going to lose it. I will lose it if you tell me those two guys are going to be in the backfield attacking the line of scrimmage. Have you ever been hit by a frying pan in the face? Well, I know you have.
Can't say that I have.
Fraternity days.
Yeah. Hey, Wolf, I think my Buffalo days, I'd like to throw a frying pan at me from once in a while. I'm telling you.
Right. So, Danny, would you say that hurt?
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Would you say that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it does. It hurt.
About 1 minute.
I want the Arizona Cardinals to be able to line up and Detroit Lion another team by swinging the frying pan into the face. And they've got the running back to do it. They've got a good start on their offensive line right now. What they need is a war daddy, something JG likes to say. He calls his guards war daddies. They need a war daddy, and Tyler Booker is that guy at 16.
So that's everything I would hear on the roundtables. There's no reason for me to now tune in.
I knew that
you gave us everything right there, Ro. Is that all you got? Or you got some other nuggets you're going to pull out?
No, I will say this. If you're not going to draft Tyler Booker, I think Kelvin Banks Jr.
Okay.
is a guy that I'd like to take at that point. I think he's got a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more versatility. This is a guy that definitely can play tackle. As we know, he was a left tackle, of course.
Clear to rep.
And now all of a sudden he's a guy you could move inside. He could play guard. I know I used to have a coach on my staff at Phoenix College when I was the worst head coach in junior college history. I used to have Tom Bresnahan was his name.
Oh,
He
yes,
was
yeah,
the inventor
yeah.
of the K-gun
Yeah.
up in Buffalo,
Yeah.
New York, and with Jim Kelly and the K-gun. And Tom Bresnahan was my offensive coordinator. And I can tell you right now, man, it was a situation where we were going to attack the line of scrimmage and we were going to run the ball. And, I want to see that. I do want to see that for the Arizona Cardinals. Kelvin Banks is a guy that can play inside, and Tom Bresnahan believed in drafting tackles and making them guards. And that to me is the best way to go, because if you have a tackle who goes down, you could kick a guard outside. Once again, they're typically better athletes. They typically have better feet. But, to me, again, I'd also like to see a couple of war daddies on this offensive line. Kelvin Banks Jr. is more of an athlete. He's very versatile. He can play inside or out. I'd love to see them get that. If not there, maybe out on the edge. I'd like to see that.
Wolf, love you, buddy. Thank you for some time today. It's been too long to get you on the airways. I know we see you in the studio, but thank you for your time, and we'll be tuning in at 4 o'clock after we're done for the Cards Roundtable.
Boys, you know I love you, man. God bless you both, okay?
You got it. That's
Thanks,
Ron
Wolf.
Wolfley joining us again, coming up at 4 o'clock on Arizona Sports 98.7. They got a roundtable they're doing. That's going to go till 6 o'clock on 98.7, and then they're going to jump over to ESPN 620 and 98.7 HD2, and they'll continue through 9:30. So they've got you covered here on 98.7 and ESPN 620. So we appreciate Wolf for taking the time. You can follow him on X at Wolf 98.7 FM. All right, it's a Throwback Thursday as the